Hello, my friends. For today's reading, we have the focus card, New Life. So that would be big changes for you. Let's see how you're feeling about them. We have the Spider and the Elk in reverse. So the Spider, creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. That would be your purpose, your soul's purpose. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the patient neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. And yes, I am getting the out of balance message for you because that is in reverse, and your other cards down here also support this sense of being discouraged and tired. All right, the elk, also in reverse. In the upright, stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The parent needs more elk energy. So, when in balance, supportive, kind, consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. That's interesting. Although a lack of discipline is definitely a big part of an out of balance inner masculine, which is what you have here because it is, again, in reverse. So, again, a lot of concern with appearances, a lot of concern for financial prosperity as well. You have two queens here. It looks like the first one is an influence in your life. This is a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so this is a wounded feminine influence. Whether masculine or male or female is a different question. Remember, there's no gender in tarot. So this person has been contributing towards your woundedness as well as their own. And you seem to be perhaps considering some changes. The Two of Pentacles is a card of change, but wounded masculines, wounded feminines tend to be very resistant to change. All right. So this person does not want change, doesn't want you to change, doesn't want you to become healthier, because that would make them have to take a look at themselves. Then we have the Devil. This, of course, is bad habits, vices, and addictions. I don't know. You have them right here underneath this Six of Wands, this concern for what others think. So these bad habits, vices, and addiction are kind of built into your environment. On the other side of this bad habits, vices, and addictions, I should also mention illusions about what you can and can't do, what things are holding you, chaining you, and what in reality you are free to do or not to do. Okay, next we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is someone who is intelligent, in charge, well-disciplined, in charge of their mental faculties. They are a truth seeker and a truth speaker. They're not necessarily gentle or kind about their speaking of the truth. And it looks like you are afraid of this person, or afraid that you've blown everything with this person. They are underneath the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Five of Pentacles in the upright is a sense of being left out in the cold, of lack and scarcity, a belief in lack and scarcity, but you have it in the reverse. So it seems perhaps, maybe, you are coming out of this sense of lack and scarcity, or maybe you're starting to see that it's a belief that you can change. This Queen of Swords may also try to point out to you, as her sword is pointed directly at this card, that these things that you believe in aren't necessarily real. Again, going back to this card, you are believing in things that aren't necessarily real, believing in limitations that aren't necessarily real. So you have that in two places, and it's possible that you are beginning to see the light. Anyway, we have the Fool in reverse. You know you would need to take a leap into the unknown, but it is scary, and you are afraid of being betrayed. You are afraid of your own self-sabotage, which links back to this. If you've got the devil, if you've got bad habits, vices, addictions, belief in illusions and delusions that are holding you back, these are all self-sabotaging things, and they are getting in the way of you taking your fool's leap into the unknown, into a new life, into becoming this positive masculine, or in embodying the positive masculine aspects, as well as doing the work, which is what the spider's really good at. Okay. This is the universe's primary focus for you. I'm not sure it's necessarily your focus. Sorry, I just said new because it says new. It's influencing me. All right. With all these, you have the divine masculine or inner masculine in the top there. So I'm kind of wondering what else may be going on here. If this is a soul connection, perhaps. Perhaps not. I don't know. Let's see. Are we dealing with a soul connection? So we have the Star, so you're definitely being called to heal. The Star is also a card of miracles, wish fulfillment, healing, and the need to energetically cleanse. And tend to yourself. Okay. What is the connection between you and this Queen of Pentacles? What do we need to know about the connection between you and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Oh, they're coming out in chunks. Huh, okay. We have the Moon. So we're not supposed to know what's going on there. Well, I shouldn't say we're not supposed to know. There are secrets there. That's what the Moon is about. Well, the Moon is about secrets, the Moon is about what's hidden, and the Moon is about diving deep within yourself to figure out what's really going on. So it looks like your advice is to really take a good hard look at yourself, which is really good advice, because regardless of the relationship you have with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse or this Queen of Swords, the only person you have any control over is yourself. Oh dear. Naked person. Okay. All right. Temperance in reverse. Things are out of balance in your life. Oh, the Four of Stones. All right. So we need to balance the spiritual and the material, and you also need to again, you have this on the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Four of Pentacles, Four of Stones, is about being, it's about fear as well. They're both cards of fear. Fear regarding your material world. So in the Four of Stones, the person is being fearful because, the person is being greedy, miserly, because out of fear. Just out of fear. And again, we have the Two of Pentacles. So change. We have Two of Pentacles here, Two of Pentacles here. So I'm putting them on top of each other. Okay. So, the Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles keeps coming out in the upright, so it looks like you're willing to change. That's a very positive thing. What about this Queen of Swords? What does my viewer need to know about the Queen of Swords? Oh, wow. High Priestess in reverse. So the High Priestess in reverse, or High Priestess, is about... this is the spiritual aspects of the feminine, inner feminine. But it is in reverse. It's all about intuition, blocked intuition. So you're blocking your intuition about this person? What is it you don't want to know about them? Or don't want to see? Oh, right, of course. You don't want to acknowledge that it is a past life connection. Is it more than a past life connection? I mean, you know. Are we looking at a soul connection here? Or is this, everybody's a past life connection, so you wouldn't, there's really no reason to be afraid of past life connections. They don't always have to mean much of anything. All right, let's see. Whew. All right. This is a card of limiting beliefs as well. You believe in a bunch of stuff that isn't necessarily true. It's imprisoning you, just like the devil is talking about. But you have the potential to listen to the divine, because you are being called to a spiritual awakening, which is not an easy thing, regardless of this, whatever the connection is with this Queen of Swords. We're not getting a lot of information about that. You have been called to a spiritual awakening, and yeah, you're going to have to change. You can keep fighting a spiritual awakening. Many, many people do. And it's, if you go along with it, it gets easier. If you fight it, then your life will be miserable. So only you know which way you want to go or which way you should go. You're going to have to make that decision for yourself. For my part, I find fighting the divine is a losing proposition. Alright, let's try one last message for you. See what the divine has to say about this. I think it's, right now it's saying it doesn't really matter what kind of connection you have with this Queen of Swords. They've brought insight into your life whether you like it or not. And maybe that's all they're here for. Perhaps you have a sex addiction. It says too much concern with sexual matters. Let's see what the other side has to say. And pay attention to your finances. Perhaps there's some need for some self-control with the devil showing up so prominently. And, yeah. Greed. And finally, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, which lines up with this new life card. So you have lots of potential ahead of you, but you have some things you have to bring into control. You're really, really concerned about physical aspects of life, which of course you have to meet your basic needs. But are you meeting your basic needs or are you obsessing over things that you don't really need? Things that will impress others. Do you have a keeping up with the Joneses mentality when you should just be focusing more on your own healing and contentment, peace? I wish you all the best.